Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We bring you stories of faith, love, and devotion. Yeah, just kidding, please help us grow by hitting that like button. Now on to the story. Just learned my fiancé was a serial cheater in her previous relationship. Advice. I'm in my mid-30s and my fiancé is early 30s. We've been together for 2 years, 1 year living together, and got engaged this past December. Her ex reached out to me over social media recently to warn me about her past. He was with her for 12 years. She hooked up with 3 guys in year 3 of their relationship. They were long distance for that year and only saw each other on weekends/holidays. He said he had a few minor indiscretions too during that time, so he chose to forgive her and reconcile. They moved in together and the relationship was going great, and he was even thinking about proposing when she had a month-long affair in year 7. When he found out, he broke up with her and she decided to try a polyamorous lifestyle for a few months before trying to get back together with him. He said she was very remorseful, went to therapy, etc., so he decided to give her another chance. The relationship returned to a happy state for the next few years until she had a 3-month-long affair with a co-worker in year 10. This was very disturbing because she was pressuring him to propose to her at the time and started to withhold sex from him all while she was sleeping with someone else. He said that his self-esteem was very low at the time and he gave in to the sunk cost fallacy, so they tried to reconcile. She was not very remorseful this time and blamed him for the affair because he would not propose. They went to therapy again and he eventually did propose to her in year 12. He discovered that she had been messaging her old affair partner shortly after proposing to her, and then he broke it off for good. I was really shaken after learning all of this. I asked a friend of hers if this stuff was true and she told me that based on what she knew it all sounded true. I don't know what to do. I love her so much, she's my entire world. I don't suspect that she ever cheated on me for the 2 years that we've been together. It's been such an amazing 2 years. We never really talked about her past. I knew that she'd been engaged, but she just said they grew apart. I confronted her about it this week and at first she said that he was jealous and lying about her past and she can't believe that I would believe a story like that. I told her I got confirmation that it was true and she broke down crying, begging me not to leave her. She said that she has changed so much since then through therapy and self-reflection and that she's a completely different person now. I find that a little hard to believe, since we met only 8 months after her previous relationship ended. Can people really change so much in 8 months? I'm currently staying with my brother until I can figure out what to do. I'm bothered by the behavior patterns. She pressured him to propose while cheating on him, and then cheated on him again when they were engaged. She also pressured me to propose. I was happy to do it since I'm at that stage of my life where I really want to get married and start a family. And I really don't think that she's ever cheated on me, but I wonder what may happen if/when our relationship gets a bit stale, or if I get very busy with work. What do you think I should do? How can you trust anything she says? She lied straight to your face when you confronted her. What's even more telling is she pressured you to propose just like she did her ex. Personally, I would run like hell in the other direction. My ex-wife cheated on her fiancé a year before meeting me. I never knew the reason for their breakup, she just said he was abusive. Red flag missed. 8 years into our marriage, she cheated and never said she was unhappy with me. Past behavior is a good indicator of future behavior. What bothers me are the details I learned. She went to therapy multiple times for this in the past and it didn't work then. Also, the way she cheated seems especially cold to me. Pressuring her ex to propose and stopping sex with him while she was having an affair with someone else? Who does that? I would never in my wildest dream do something like that. That's messed up. But it just means this is her way of dealing with crap versus being an adult. You don't want that after you have kids, trust me. That's what I fear the most. We've had an amazing relationship for 2 years. I really feel that she is my soulmate. But what happens when the shiny newness rubs off and life gets more stressful? Update: just learned my fiancé was a serial cheater in her previous relationship. Update: well, it's all over, folks. Thank you to all who made such a great effort to show me the light in my previous post. It was very helpful in forming my resolve. I met up in person with my now ex-fiancé's ex-fiancé, haha, and he gave more sordid details about how unforgivably cruel and evil she was towards him. He also told me that I should look into her work phone, since that was how he caught her messaging her old affair partner 3 years ago. Long story short, I asked to see the phone and she gaslit me again and refused to show it to me. I gave her an ultimatum that either she show me or I walk away for good. She wouldn't budge, so I walked. About 10 minutes after I left, she caves and says I can see it. Too late. I blocked her on everything. I don't ever want to see or hear from her again. I'm sure she has cheated on me, but I don't want to know anything about it. All future communication with her will be through a third party and only to work out loose ends and logistics. Thanks again, everyone. Peace. Smart. You know she deleted everything in those 10 minutes. Buy her previous ex a thank you gift. He saved your ass, now make sure you do the same for the next fool. Dude deserves a bottle of fine whiskey. And he was right. She's still an evil incarnate. Shit, I might make him the best man at my wedding. If that ever happens. My trust in women is at an ATL. I commented on your first post. I'm glad you're out. Deception is oozing from her. This is going to suck really badly for a while. You do what it takes to get through this very hard part and the trust in women will return. As with your hopefulness and sense of being carefree. Right now you feel like you're trying to breathe through cement. You're going to cry, get angry, say stupid things and maybe talk to her again. That's all okay, because it's how we cope. What matters is that you've chosen self-respect over continuing in a relationship that looks shiny but is ugly beneath the surface. You're a good egg and trust us all when we say that you did the right thing. I'm excited for you to find someone that shares the same values as you so you can build a wonderful life together. Best of luck, stranger. Smile. Story 2. I, 18F, caught my dad, 42M, having sex with my boyfriend, 18M, and now I don't know what to do. Help. /r/lns. My mother, 40F, and father got a divorce just over a year ago. It was a calm, mutual and civil divorce. Even though it was sad for me, as long as they were happy I was okay. On weekdays, Monday to Friday, I live with my mother, as it is closer to my school, and on Friday nights I go to stay with my dad for the weekend. My boyfriend lives just a 5-minute walk from my dad's house, so he comes over a lot to hang out. This is important to know for the story. It was Friday morning and there was a gas inspection, so school let out early. Most of my stuff was already at my dad's house, so I headed straight there. When I got there I saw my dad's car in the drive, so I knocked on the door but no one answered. Luckily I had a key, so I let myself in. I called out for my dad and still no answer. I walked upstairs and opened his bedroom door to find him and my boyfriend on the bed but naked. I was in shock and disbelief. They were in shock as well. I guess they thought I would still be at school and didn't think I would be home. I didn't know what to do, so I just ran into the bathroom and locked the door. My boyfriend ran after me and called out from outside the door, but I just ignored him. He waited for a while but then he left to go home. My dad came to the door and said he would be waiting downstairs when I am ready to talk. There was silence in the house for a long while until I heard the muffled sounds of the TV. Then I quietly unlocked the door, grabbed my coat and shoes and went downstairs. My dad looked at me and asked where I was going, and I told him I was going to stay with my mom for the night. I watched his face turn sad and kinda disappointed. He said that we needed to talk, but I said that I needed space to think as he was just in doggy position with my boyfriend. I assured him that I would keep what happened to myself for now. Then I headed out. When I got home, my mom was surprised to see me and asked why I was there. I just made up some lame excuse and went up to my room. I just laid on my bed in silence thinking. Now everything started to add up. Even though my mom and dad divorced, they both cheated, my mother with a co-worker, who she is now dating, and my mother found texts between my dad and some person. She said that the name under the texts was a male name, but we just assumed it was a fake name to cover up the fact that he was cheating, but now I am thinking that it could have been my boyfriend. There was another time where my boyfriend, dad, and I were having dinner and my dad touched my leg with his foot. I looked up to him to see him staring at my boyfriend, then I jokingly said, "Ew, why did you touch my leg with your foot?" And he just said he thought I was the table leg. I brushed it off because I also rub my foot on table legs at times, but now I think that he is trying to play footsies with my boyfriend. I started to get a sick feeling in my stomach as I realized that my boyfriend has just turned 18. I have no idea of the duration of this relationship, but this could mean that my dad was having sex with a minor. I have never seen signs of pedophilia, but now I don't know what to think anymore. This is just two heartbreaks in one. My boyfriend is gay and cheating on me with my dad. We have been together for 2 years. I have no idea what to do. Disclaimer, I have nothing against gay people or anyone part of the LGBTQ community. I want my dad to love who he wants freely, but it just sucks that he is having sex with my boyfriend. Now I am lost. Should I tell my mom the truth as she has been lied to for ages? Should I confront my dad about the situation? How should I move forward with my boyfriend? Friday is coming up and I am not sure I am ready to face my dad yet. Help. Tell your mother what happened, but your relationship with your father will probably never be the same again. This is not the type of thing you easily come back from. As to your boyfriend, that relationship is over. It's so ducking nasty that any parent could go after their child's partner. It's just so ducking sick in the head. I have a horrible suspicion that they might have been together first and the BF got with Op as a cover to see the dad more. That means he was not only groomed, but his relationship with Op was never real. Poor Op. Yes. This. The father used his daughter to cover for his love affair, and when exposed only cared if she should cover it up for him? Let me use you more. It's exceedingly terrible and should not be swept under the rug. I will be cutting ties with my dad and I am going to tell my mother everything. Story 3. My GF cheated on me, told my best friend, and he did nothing. Need support. Hi all, I just need to vent because I literally have no one to talk about all this. Would really appreciate it if someone takes the time to read the entire text. If not, here is a TL. Dr. I, 23M, broke up with my GF of 5 years, 23F, 8 months ago. This was directly after it came out that she cheated on me in 2019 with her roommate. She admitted it to my best friend, but he did nothing. I feel betrayed by both. Long version. So the situation in 2019 was like this: my GF moved into a new place and very soon opened up to me that she was attracted to her roommate and that the attraction was mutual. That roommate was in an open relationship with another girl at that time. She told me with the hope that I would be accepting of an open relationship. This caused a lot of trouble in our relationship, and I made it clear from the beginning that I do not accept if they kiss, have sex or anything. It was a very troublesome time and we almost broke up, but in the end I talked to both her and her roommate and they both promised to me that they would not be intimate. I also told both of them that I expect them to be honest, because I know it would cause me psychological harm to be lied to, and that I'd be fine with breaking up with her right now, if it's necessary. Our relationship was very rocky at that time, but it got better as it became clear that there was no more attraction between the two of them. She also wanted to move out soon afterwards. In hindsight, I think she lost attraction as she realized that he was sleeping with other girls too, and she felt treated like an object by him. In that time I talked a lot to my best friend about my distrust and my fear of her cheating on me, and he was one of the few people that I could rely on at that time. In the time frame 2020 to 2021, the time after she moved out from that roommate, that best friend became more friendly with my GF, which I was happy about, because it is great if your friends and GF get along well. After some time she apparently came out to him about the fact that she had sex with her roommate during that time and never talked to me about it. And even though my friend knew my opinion on this, that is, that I was afraid of being psychologically harmed by being lied to and not afraid of breaking up with a cheater, I did nothing. He did not tell her it was wrong, he did not tell her that she should tell me about it, and he did not tell me about it, he chose to remain silent. Even worse. 2 weeks before I broke up with her, she accidentally in a conversation admitted to having kissed her roommate. I was shocked by this, because it was completely out of the question for me that they would do that. I immediately lost my trust and respect towards her, but she still swore that she did not have sex and claimed she would have forgotten to tell me about it. The first thing I did upon hearing this was contacting my best friend and meeting him to tell him about this. He reacted in a very strange way. He was very shocked to hear this, but very slow to respond. I could not put my finger on what it was at that time. He was empathetic, but he told me that I should try to trust her. I also had the idea of contacting the roommate and demand from him that he tells me the entire truth of what happened, but he advised me against that because in his opinion I cannot build a relationship upon distrust. All whilst knowing the truth that she cheated on me. All this only came out because that very friend talked to one mutual friend of all three of us. Luckily she was the only person in that situation that seemed to have any kind of moral grounding, and she pressured my GF to tell me the truth. Which she finally did. I gave my GF the opportunity to explain herself, she did, and then I broke up with her. I am still shook to the core by all this. It's been 8 months and it still hurts like it did on the first day. I feel like I've been betrayed by the two people I trusted most, and I don't know how to deal with it. I have always been an introverted person. It is hard for me to open up to others, and now I don't even know how I can ever be able to trust someone again. I have no one to talk to about this, because I broke up contact with most of my other friends as well, because they still associate with my GF and I really don't want her in my life. I am also shocked by the lack of moral convictions that my friends seem to have. They all continue to hang out with her, even though they know what she's done and what it has done to me. I have some remaining friends, but these friendships are either superficial or they live in another city. I have a supportive family, but I cannot really talk to them about things like this in the way that I need to. I am looking for a psychotherapist now and hope it will help me to get out of this. I never meet friends at the moment, but otherwise, I try to take good care of myself as best as I can. I eat healthy, work out, sleep well, never consume alcohol or drugs, and I spend most of my time at work or learning programming or other skills to keep my mind preoccupied. I don't engage in self-harm and never would. Thanks to anyone who read through the entire text. I don't even have any questions. I just needed to get this out of my system, but I would appreciate hearing your thoughts. Oh. That's horrible. Are you sure your ex and BFF didn't have a thing going? I have lost many friends over the years. Some were childhood, but as I grew, I made new friends. The thing is, I learned to enjoy my own company and made friends easily too. This implies I can choose the kind of people I want around. Have a great goal and focus your age towards it. Thanks for your reply. To be honest, I think she might have been interested in him and that is why she told him. But I don't believe that he was attracted to her. They did not meet regularly, and if they met, it was always initiated by my ex. I think the reason he didn't tell me was that he is a weak person and that he wanted to avoid conflicts. I think he hoped it would just never come out. Edit. One thing that speaks in his favor is that they never met again, in private, after the day that she told him. But the problem with this entire situation is that I still don't know the entire truth and probably never will know, because I don't know whose words to trust anymore. Oh damn. If that is the kind of person your ex is, you should feel lucky you got rid of her. No decent and self-respecting person can handle that. As for your friend, based on the details you mentioned, yes, I have met those meek guys. They are absolutely avoidant and it's annoying. They never have your back, just agree without opinion and make their stupid judgment calls. Not entirely their fault, but I cannot be friends or partner with anyone who cannot speak up. You attract what you are and sometimes the opposite. Learn to distinguish those opposite ones. Yeah, I think I attract harmony-oriented and avoidant people. My ex was also in that group, because I am like that myself. I am working on that though and try to be more confrontational in the future. But in contrast to them, I have always been consistent with my moral values and even call my friends out when I see they are doing something wrong. I also used to think that soft, sensitive people are more trustworthy. But I now see that this was a bad way to filter people, because they are also very often weak people. They are very likable, but they often have little moral grounding, because they will always adapt to the position of the person they are talking to. Update after 6 months, 13 months since DDay. Update: I explained my entire story in another thread, if someone is interested. It's been 6 months since I posted that and my situation only got worse, even though I am doing therapy now. I am still completely socially isolated, because my entire friend circle wants to remain friends with my ex, who cheated on me and lied for 2 years about it and also told it to my former best friend who was complicit in the lie. I have broken off contact with most of my friends, but I think I will actually have to cut ties with every single one of them, because they all are still in contact with her. Am I demanding too much from them if I want them to exclude her? She has plenty of friends of her own. I do not have a single remaining friend that is not in contact with her. She even sexted one of my friends. My entire life collapsed 13 months ago and nobody seems to care. And all of this because I trusted her and let her into my life. I didn't do anything wrong, yet now I am the person that isolates himself. Not her. And I don't even want revenge, I only want to go separate ways but without losing all of my friends. But I think it's too late for that now. I am still completely torn from what has happened. What kind of ducked up world are we living in where cheating is socially accepted like this? How will I ever be able to trust anyone ever again? I hate the fact that I have to start from zero again now socially, but also with the additional impediment of massive trust issues because of what she has done to me. I hope I will have better news in a future update. We hope that by sharing these stories with interested folks like you, we can help people recognize the signs of a relationship in trouble, and avoid so many of these heartbreaking situations yourselves. Have a good day or night, wherever you are.